tonight. 19 days of campaigning left. But, Lou, as you look at the map tonight, here is where we are. We now project Obama leading in states with 277 electoral votes. That, of course, 7 more than the 270 you need to win. And John McCain now significantly behind. Again, there is time for Senator McCain to change this map. But let's just give me one scenario. I'll give you one scenario of how bleak the map is for Senator McCain at this moment. 6 toss-up states left. They're the gold states on our map, all carried by George W. Bush 4 years ago. Let's say John McCain won them all. Florida, 27 electoral votes. North Carolina, 15 there. Ohio, a big battleground, 20. Missouri, I just came back from this state, Lou, 11 electoral votes there. Colorado out in the west, 9. Let's give that to Senator McCain. And Nevada, lastly, over here in the west, 5. Even if Senator McCain wins all the toss-ups left, Barack Obama would still be, unless McCain can change something else, the next president of the United States. So McCain has a significant challenge. The easiest way to put the map a bit back in his favor is to take Virginia back. We just moved that to lean Obama today based on our new polling there, Lou. And here is what is significant in Virginia. As you know, the population growth has been up here in the Washington suburbs. Barack Obama leading almost by 60 to 40 in the suburbs in Northern Virginia. More Democratic voters there. John Kerry did okay up in the northern suburbs, but Barack Obama now winning by a bigger margin, significantly as well down here in Southeast Virginia. Yes, you have an African-American population in the Norfolk and Hampton Roads area, but you also have a significant military and retired population down in the coastal areas of Virginia as well. Barack Obama winning in this area by a nearly 60 to 40 margin. And Lou, you mentioned them quite a bit on the program, so I'll close with this footnote. Among independents in the state of Virginia, and more Americans, of course, say they don't affiliate with either party, Barack Obama leading 48% to 41%. If Obama can keep that edge among independent voters here in this state, and he's picking up ground among independents elsewhere, a very steep hill for Senator McCain heading into this last debate and the last 2+ weeks of campaigning, Lou.
All right, John, thank you very much, King. Putting it very clearly, the challenge to Senator McCain. Errol, what do you think? Is there any way in which one could reasonably expect Senator McCain to overcome, given all that is prologue here, the 2 previous debates, the campaign, any reasonable expectation that he can turn this thing around?
I don't know about an expectation, but we know from history that after just one debate in 1976, Ronald Reagan made up 20 points. I mean, he just swept through and unseated Jimmy Carter as president of the United States. So in theory, it can happen. I think, though, what you have here, though, is this split message, where John McCain desperately needs to reach out to independent voters for all the reasons John King just outlined. And yet, the places where they're looking in New Hampshire, they're looking in Iowa, they're looking in Pennsylvania. These are not places where I think their message is necessarily going to resonate. So, I think that when you have Sarah Palin going in there and kind of throwing out the red meat to the Republican base, at the same time, they're turning off those very independents that are crucial to an actual victory. So I think they've got to get their story straight, figure out where they want to take it, and I think we'll start to hear some of that. I mean, perhaps we'll hear that in tonight's debate, where he wants to go with his very few days left.
Hey, as a Democratic strategist, I want to just raise one thing with you. One of the tests, it seems to me, of Obama's strength right now was the much reported encounter with the plumber in the rope line, and the plumber asked him about raising taxes. And Obama acknowledged that he's going to raise his taxes, that he's going to spread the wealth around through the tax system, that he believes that that's appropriate. And there's been no impact, not even a whisper in reaction. It is clear from the Obama tax plan that he is, in point of fact, even though just about 40% of all Americans, working Americans, don't pay taxes, those folks are going to be getting checks. There's going to be tax credits for a host of issues. None of that is registering with independent voters. Independent voters seem to be buying into that. Does that surprise you?
It does surprise me. Remember Walter Mondale in 1984? He said, "Don't worry, I'll tell you the truth. I'm going to raise your taxes." He got killed. Here's the bottom line, Lou. What is more important is what voters pay attention to. They only have limited room, like any other human being, for news that's not necessary. And what they see is a Dow that is falling. They see an economy that is in deep trouble. And that's all they're paying attention to. And that means change it right away, please. And Obama has a different kind of rhetoric and much better rhetoric on that, frankly, than McCain does.
Is there anything in your judgment, Diana, that you think McCain can do to reverse this?
Yes, I think there are many things that McCain could do to reverse this. Namely, I'm not sure that he will do it. I'm not sure he will do these things. But it has surprised me that the economic crisis is actually solidified and extended Senator Obama's lead, namely because so much of the problems, that resulted in the subprime mortgage meltdown are things that come right out of Senator Obama's colleagues in the Senate's policies toward not reining in Fannie Mae, which is one of the lead culprits in all of this.
One of the reasons he might not be able to do that is it takes too long. We're about out of time. Is there anything that you expect McCain to do tonight?
I expect him to raise ACORN and Senator Obama's ties to ACORN, and I expect him to try to lay out the reason that Bill Ayers is an issue because of his ideology.
We're going to be back with our panel in just a moment. A reminder to vote in our poll. The question is, my friends, do you believe Senator McCain has to win the debate tonight if he is to win the election? Yes or no? Cast your vote at BlueDogs.com. We'll have the results upcoming. Next.